I sit alone in the zone, so gone. Just think about the scriptures, knowing I was living wrong. Praying that the Lord forgive me. In this walk, I'm going strong. As far as age, yeah, I'm grown, but spiritually a newborn. Not trying to be lukewarm, so weekly we bring it out. Yeah, them trumpets gon' get.
What's going on, man? How you doing? Let me ask you a couple questions. You got some time? What's your name, man? Huh? What? Pernay. Where you from, Pernay?
I'm from Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, your ethnic background.
I'm from India.
Oh, from India?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your family Muslim or Hindu?
Hindu.
Oh, they're Hindu?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple questions about the Hindu religion, man. They're polytheists, right?
Yeah, we have multiple gods, yes.
Now, they've always told me that all those different gods are pretty much the different attributes of one, right?
One god.
So how?
So we essentially believe in so whether it's Jesus, whether it's Muslim gods, anyone, right? We believe in every other religion. It's just that it's kind of like a combination of every religion. That's what we like to see ourselves as. So we are free to pray to any god which we choose to. So when I was young, I used to go to the church quite often.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it is essentially.
But okay, so you're saying that you can actually pray to other gods of other religions too?
There's no, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting, man. Because I've always saw.
So it's just like the belief is that you should be virtuous, you should be, follow every god, you shouldn't do violence, basic things like that. Like basic principles are there, but other than that, you're free to do whatever you want.
Okay, now within the religion, they have different gods like Shiva. What's the name of the elephant one? Ganesha,
Yeah.
right? Now these are all different attributes of one god, right? Brahma.
Yeah.
Brahma, right? So this is what this is my question though. So what those different attributes mean? Like I understand that Shiva it represents destruction and reconstruction or renewal because you got to destroy to renew, right?
Yeah.
Ganesh is what?
He's more a representation of knowledge and intelligence and wisdom. Essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
So within this belief, right? I want to ask about the caste system, right? That each level of the caste system represents the body of Brahma, correct?
I'm not so like caste system exists, but my belief of caste system is it's something which
The caste system. I'm talking about the caste system.
caste system. So
Yeah.
caste system, what I think it is something which was introduced more from the rulers which were there.
Uh-huh.
They tried to divide the population so that it becomes easier to control the population, like they do in every government, right?
So that didn't come from the Hindu god.
I don't think it did. So that was something which was put inside from like in the context of religion. It was spread as a message that there's caste systems which exist. So that's what I think it is. So I don't know.
Because-
Same with it.
Because like
It becomes a very useful tool, right? Like you divide religion based on okay, fine. Like only a certain color can believe in a certain religion, or a certain group can believe in a certain religion, right? Then you can control that population very easily.
Oh.
So that's why I think it came about. That's just my belief.
So you believe that the rulers did that, right? Because I've read also that the caste system actually represents the actual body of Brahma, like the untouchables at the bottom would be his feet and his legs, all the way up to the top being the head, right? Then the arms represent another caste, another level of the caste system. My thing. My thing about this caste system, that there's no escaping your level that you were born in, right?
No escape. Yeah.
So who were the untouchables?
So the untouchables were usually people who were doing manual labor, things like that. So if your parents were born into like the manual labor class, you would never be able to change to anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you can only marry within your caste and everything.
Exactly.
But the untouchables, I'm talking about the lowest of the lowest. They gave them pretty much real messed up jobs, man. Like only like cleaning up the garbage and stuff like that, man. This is crazy.
True.
What do you think about that? It's still happening over there.
It's like from what I know, it doesn't happen. So in metropolitan cities, in villages, it's still there a bit. But,
Uh-huh.
like not in cities.
Yeah.
Cities it's completely
The
gone.
Zoroastrianists are over there too. I read about them too. They're pretty interesting also. So let me ask you something, man. When did your family come over here? The CD. The CD. Who's the CD people? The CD? The CD. The CDs, right?
Oh, this
SIDDIS, I think. The CDs.
cities, yeah. I don't know who they are exactly.
They're pretty much low. They're pretty much down there also. So what was my question I was asking?
When did I come?
Yeah, when did your family come over to America?
I think my dad came over here like 30 years back. So
Only about 30 years.
35 years back, yeah.
Yeah, and he was the first one here of your family?
Yeah.
He was pretty much the patriarch that pretty much made all you
My
guys.
dad moved here for education.
His grandfather didn't come over here?
No, no.
Okay. So your father came over here with for educational purpose, right? And pretty much your people didn't have it that hard when he came over here. Huh?
No. My dad was, like, he was pretty good, so he got full ride into college and then he managed to get into a job and basically
Yeah.
set himself up.
That's a question I want to have. Like, why do you think that is, right? Why do you think some people may have a glass ceiling in this society, in this kingdom that these people have built, and others may have it easy, even if they just got here?
I think it's wisdom, honestly.
Do you think it's just wisdom, or you don't think there's an invisible caste system over here too?
I mean, there is. So that will obviously be there in every case, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but I believe life is inherently unfair. So, I mean, you would be born in your own weird caste system. Like, you won't be able to move or do certain things, right? You just have to find where you're good at or what you're able to get, and then just follow that path. Because you can't change unfairness a whole lot. Like,
You know what that's giving off to me right now? Your Dharma beliefs.
I'm not saying like I'm not against your like understanding that sure you can change unfairness, but it's not something which I would spend my time going down that path because I believe that's an uphill battle. I would rather go down a path where maybe build a business or something like that, get rich and then build something else for myself. So that was the path which I would go down and check it out. So I don't know.
Yeah, but that going back to my
path which
point.
you're going down is more respectable, honestly, but it's just way too hard for me to.
You know why you couldn't understand that?
Why?
Because your people don't go through that here. Your people doesn't go through that. Your people's story is not the same as ours, man. As Hispanics and Native Americans and Black people, we have gone here through America, man. Right? Like for example, like your father came over here, got his education. I'm sure y'all doing pretty good now. All on stolen land.
Back then, it was really challenging for him. So for his story, it's very difficult for him. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's
So do you think it's fair though, like that your people can benefit upon this land on the backs of dead Native Americans?
My dad didn't benefit. He's got like he got.
He didn't benefit. He didn't come over here and got the best education.
He got the best education, but he had to go back home. So unlike us who like managed to, I got lucky because I was born here. My dad doesn't have that option. My family doesn't have that option. My brother doesn't have that
So
option.
he only came for the visa, educational visa, and he had to leave.
He had to leave.
But you were born here.
Yeah, I got lucky. Yeah, I'm not.
You benefit. You're benefiting.
I benefited personally. I benefited.
Yes.
But my dad, my
But your
family-
father still benefited too, correct?
He did.
How not? He got the best education here in America.
But he had to go back.
He had to go back, and is he doing good over there? Off American education?
He's doing
Was he a doctor? What is he?
He's an engineer.
Pharmacist
Engineer.
or engineer?
But I don't think he's like normal, like average, everyday person. He's not like nothing great, which
Yeah.
So I mean, U.S. education obviously broadened the mind, but like nothing beyond that.
Yeah. So what is justice to you? Let me ask you that question. Like, what does justice look like to you? Give me a snapshot.
Don't know. Like,
You don't know?
justice. I'm not that deep to know. Justice.
What justice is? Look up the definition. It's just maybe that will help. Right?
So what is like? I was just curious on what
Yeah, we out here teaching the Bible, right? We teach the Bible, and we teach that Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the actual people of the Israel to accept their support, bro. Like crazy. Like I've seen it. Like not too long ago, I think the president of India went to Israel and he got turned away by Benjamin Netanyahu. Like to the point, like we don't want your support, like, but they still get it, right? You still give it. Read. What is justice?
That.
What is justice?
This says the real meaning of justice. Justice is the ethical, philosophical idea that people are to be treated impartially, fairly, properly, and reasonably by the law and by arbiters of the law.
And that is justice. See, he couldn't understand none of that because his people doesn't go through what we go through, man. Right? I mean, he said his father came over here, right, just to get his education, right? Though he had to leave, he still benefited of it because he was born here, and he still benefited, man, right? But he doesn't understand these things because his people doesn't go what you go through, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. They will never understand, right? No person can understand the gripe. No person can understand our suffering but ourselves, man, right? It doesn't matter. Look, our people need to stop looking to these other nations for help. What's going on, Nayar? Oh, yeah, definitely. You Boricua? Hey, let me ask you a question. You ever heard about these 800 stones in Puerto Rico? Bring it up. There was 800 stones in Puerto Rico that they found, that archaeologists found. And it puzzled them for so long, right? Until they realized that there was Hebrew inscriptions on 800 stones in Puerto Rico, right? Why is that? You ever heard of the word Jíbaro? Oye, Jíbaro. Where do you think that word comes from? What does that sound like? Jíbaro. Hebrew. Right? It's a bastardization of the word Hebrew. Jíbaro. Right? Read.
I'm trying to find out where to start. So I'll just start right here.
Yeah, I'll give you the bug, bro. More than anything, I'm interested in the history, the Taino people. If you could talk to me about the Taino people, I'll give you a year, bro.
Absolutely. Because the Taino people were the very first ones that were taken on boats from here in the Americas, was taken on slavery. You knew that, right? When the Spaniards came, when they first landed in Puerto Rico, they grabbed like 5,000? Right? And that was pretty much kicked off the transatlantic slave trade, man. Right? The suffering of the Taino people, of all the indigenous of America, because we went through the same thing, bro. You know what I mean? I'm Pipil. My family's Pipil from El Salvador, right? My brother right here is from Mexico. All our ancestors went through the same thing by the same people, man.
That's right.
This is why we carry Spanish last names, right? How did that happen? That happened through colonization. That happened through slavery, bro. Right?
I feel you. You know, it's fucked up. But like at least in my eyes, I'm sure not everybody can say this. Like that shit is in my blood too. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
The what?
You know, both sides of it. You know, I got colonizer blood. I got colonized blood. I got fucking African blood. I mean, Puerto Rico. That's like That's like that very diverse gene pool.
Yeah, and our Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, they take pride in that. Like, why would you take pride in that though? Because these people literally destroyed our lives, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Lives of our ancestors. Yeah.
Absolutely, us too. Because not too long ago they found a study in, I think, Brown University that what's it called, that post-traumatic stress disorder, especially from us, the victims of colonization, is handed down through our lineage. You know what I'm saying? And we today are still not just holding on to it, but we are affected from what our ancestors have went through, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and this is why our people are destroyed today, bro.
And I 100% agree with that. I just, like, it's fucked up to say this, but the DNA of the motherfuckers that caused that shit is in our blood too. You know
I,
what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like,
you can probably say that, but guess what? Even in ancient times, why do you think it's always our fathers? Our fathers, our forefathers this, our forefathers that. That's not to take away from our mothers. Our mothers are a beautiful and an important part in our stories. But when we talk about the antiquity, we always talk about our fathers' lineages. Our forefathers this, our forefathers that. So it depends who your forefather is, right? As long as your forefather is not a Spaniard, you're an indigenous man, right? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's, like I said, it's fucked up. Like, I'm in no way defending that shit, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, if anything, I feel like, you know, everybody got it bad, but the Caribbeans, man.
The Caribbeans was a horror show, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, our brothers, yeah, absolutely. Our black brothers that went through slavery here in North America, they don't understand the horror show of the Caribbeans, bro. Right? Our black brothers that went through slavery in the Caribbeans, it was a horror show. The indigenous, it was a horror show in the Caribbeans, man, because that was the cesspool of Spanish of violence, bro. You know what I'm saying? They had free reign to do whatever they wanted to. Now, do you believe in God? Do you believe in a creator in any sense?
In my way.
In your ways, right? Do you think the God that you envision is a just God?
I think I'm too small to be able to make any assumptions.
About this God, right?
Something on the scale that I can't even, like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think these people and their descendants today, who benefits, the people that did that and their descendants today who benefit off what their ancestors did, do you think that this creator, has to be just, do you think they have something coming at one point or another?
I think that's kind of, how do I put it? I don't think the essence of karma is necessarily like judicial. You know, I don't think it's so much about payback, but I think it's just you reap what you sow. And, you know, like nature knows no kings. You know, it's just, you know, it's fucked up. You know, we find our way, and you know, who knows what it'll be of these people like in like 2, 3, 4 generations from now. We obviously have a disadvantage, you know what I'm saying? But like in some ways, I feel like it actually has its own advantages too. You know, like I'm a Puerto Rican kid. I'm from a rough neighborhood. In
Yeah.
New York, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't born rich or like privileged, but I see shit most people around me don't see. You feel me? Like I'm more like aware of shit. Like I feel like that shit made me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, the East Coast has always been more, how could I say, more awake in that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where our brothers, the Lords, you know what I mean, had their, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, the movement. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I'm saying? You guys are enlightened out there in the East Coast. You guys are pretty much sharp out there, you know? But what I'm thinking, going back to what I was saying, right? Like our ancestors practiced what's called restorative justice, right? I do you wrong, right? We get brought to our council, to our elders, right? I restore whatever I did to you, and then healing can come, right? But they can't restore the lives of our ancestors. They can't restore the land that they can't do none of that, man.
Right.
So there's only one way that we can ever see justice from them, right? We can't, our people keep going, marching, asking the same people that done these things to us to respect us, to give us our right. That's not going to ever come from the people, man. For 400 years, we tried loving these people.
I see where you're coming from, and I agree. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want some shit, you gotta take that shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? At least like this is like the land that we're living in now. This is all taking land. This is taking culture. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to
Like,
take the kingdom.
Exactly. I feel you, but like if and when we take it, we'll see stop us from like being as bad or being worse? Like, I don't have the answers. I recognize I don't have the answers.
That's a humble, responsible way of looking at it too.
All I could do is like if I could contribute, maybe somebody will figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've heard. Now, don't quote me on this.
Yeah, no
I
sweat.
can actually look into this, but I mean, y'all fuck with Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah.
Like there was some shit he was talking about. I don't know how accurate this is.
Yeah.
So, like, pardon me if this isn't accurate, but he was a comedian. He was talking about how like the end of apartheid, like he was talking about how like they had to treat the people that were benefiting off of the system as if they were victims of the system too. It's the only way that they could like find justice. Like I don't know how it's like over there now.
That's
But
crazy.
the way he kind of like painted that, I'm like,
That
there's
is
some
crazy.
There's like some wisdom in that, but I don't think like in the time will come maybe. I don't know if it's today. It's crazy right now. You feel me?
You know
But,
what
like, I feel like you gotta have both sides to it. In order for you to even have that conversation, you gotta be willing to take that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But first and foremost, how do we do that though? Like, because our people are fractured, a fractured community. Our people are so quick to kill their own brother for the smallest thing at the drop of the hat. But then when we look at our oppressor, we acquit them for the last 400 years of atrocities, man. Right? So what does that mean? We need to start loving each other, man. We need to start actually truly loving each other. And what is love? Love is an action, right? Because our people don't know what loving each other and loving themselves is, man. You know what I'm saying? As a community, because a lot of our people got this mentality of singleism. You know what I mean? And they don't understand that we come from a communal people as a community. You know what I'm saying? And until our people start actually realizing that and stop thinking about individualism and start thinking as a nation, our people we're not going to get nowhere, right?
Yeah, I agree, 100%. It's kind of fucked up. Like we've got like our nature as humans. We're like we're tribe animals and shit, and like we got our instincts, and like we seem to kind of like live in this world that's like taking advantage of our instincts in a way that we can. You know what I'm saying? But like I think at least on the individual level, from like one person to one person, so like we can kind of figure our way out of that. On the mass level, like I don't know how to deal.
It's gonna
with
be
that.
it's gonna be
But,
hard.
like, it shit ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? And hold on, I gotta.
Yeah,
myself.
and this is why the Creator, man, the God that we believe in, He says that it's not going to happen within ourselves. He's going to have to do it, man. Right? We need an outside source, which is the Creator, man. And He gave us pretty much the blueprint on how to do this. Thousands of years ago, by His servant Moses, He gave us these laws, bro. He gave us these laws a long time ago on how we need to operate.
Right. I don't think that that could really mean anything to somebody who's not ready for it either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you know you want to do better, be better. If you understand there's a problem and you want to take care of it, and then you have access to this, or you have access to people who want to have this conversation and lead you through that, then that can happen. But if you're not even ready for that, like nobody can help you. You can help yourself. I think the way that we could even start to manage this problem. This is why I used to live in the South, in the country. It was real lots of churches and shit. There's some shit I appreciate about that is that that sense of community that shit had, and that a lot of people who went there, they had access to people that they had these questions of oh, I could go to so and so, or they got answers for these type of questions.
Yeah.
But in a big city, it's a city, but in New York type shit,
Yeah.
it's very isolated, and you don't really, you kind of gotta figure shit out for yourself, and I think the answer lies somewhere with having that access to people who have having this conversation with
Yeah.
people who want to have this conversation, don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, did you move over here, or you're just visiting out here? What's your name, by the way, brother? June. My name is Azah. It's a pleasure. Yeah, man. So like,
What's your name?
Huzzah.
Huzzah?
Yeah. So yeah, in New York we got some powerful brothers out there right now too, and they're doing exactly what we're doing right now, man. We're actually trying to pretty much beg our people to start loving each other, bro.
That's right.
Loving themselves and loving their God, man. Or else this place, like if you understand what's happening in the world right now, right?
I understand. I understand something. You know, like something's like not right, but at the same time, like it's easier to notice the things that are fucked up than the things that aren't. So,
Yeah. Like all this shit like that's happening within Russia, Ukraine, what's happening in Israel and Palestine, all these things are not just coincidences. You know what I'm saying? Like the issue with Russia and Ukraine was prophesied thousands of years ago also. Like this place is gonna come to an end real soon, man. Right? America is gonna fall, and America will be destroyed, thus says the Lord, by nuclear fire, man.
Right.
Right? And then our people did not repent, do not actually start come to their God, they're gonna die, man. You know what I mean? And this is and apparently, like a lot of people don't care, bro. Like they want to live their life however they see fit. They're gonna have punishments for that, man. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's necessarily like their fault. You know, it's just like, you know, the system. You know what I'm saying?
It's a sick system, yep.
The system is like, it's gotta. There's a way that I gotta. I'm kind of high right now. I just seen some fucked up shit right before I came
Yeah.
into this. So like, but yeah, it's just like you can't blame the individuals for, you know. It's like that's all they know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think like the environment, if we start working on the environment itself, and you know, like what people are constantly access to, it's like, I mean, we see this shit all the time, bro. It's like you go to the hood, there's like now like Popeyes and Checkers and like fucking Kennedy fried chicken. Like, you know, it's cheap shit. It's not good, nutritious food and shit. Like, you ain't find no fucking Whole Foods there. It's like, yeah, it's money, but like, it's, you know, access is some places and it's not. And I feel like where it's not is where it's needed most. Like, you know,
And that's by design, though. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely by design.
I don't
That's another.
I mean, I'm from New York. That's like people know about some shit. Like,
Yeah.
like Robert Moses. Like, I don't want to get too deep into
Yeah.
that shit, but like the fucking infrastructure in New York is. There's a reason why the Bronx will never not be the Bronx. That shit's like.
I just found out about him.
That shit is like Portuguese for like the ghetto.
Yeah.
The Bronx, like, it literally means the ghetto.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, and it will never not be that because of the fucking the highway that passes through it, the infrastructure shit. Like, yeah. Like, a lot
For y'all that don't know, he's talking about the guy that pretty much designed the way that this city is in the Bronx. It's crazy that dude is a devil. You know what I'm saying? Like that's man, and
got beaches named after them.
yeah.
Portuguese?
No, the word
I
Bronx.
think the Bronx is like Portuguese.
It means pretty much favela, like a favela. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. So, yeah, our people, like, I'm sure you've seen the Israelites in New York all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
I got a couple homies.
Yeah. So, I mean, so you received this message already. You understand? You understand that you're an Israelite, then, right?
I don't think. Here's my thing, bro.
You got any doubts?
I just got my way of seeing.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like me personally, like I'm a martial artist. And to
Yeah.
me, that's first.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like the way I do things, like the little things and everything.
What do you
like,
practice?
You feel me? I practice a little bit of a life.
Yeah.
Like MMA and shit.
How'd you-
Right now, mostly jiu-jitsu is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
every day.
How's your jujitsu?
You feel
Yeah.
me? I grew up boxing, you know. I like, you know, but sometimes knocking motherfuckers out is
Yeah.
always the answer, you know.
Yeah, it's not always the answer.
So,
though.
yeah, but like first, that's just how I see. It's just how I do things. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like try to make assumptions about what's gonna come tomorrow. I try to,
Yeah.
you know, do my best with what I got, bro. Like in my way, like I respect what you're doing over here. I feel like, you know, hopefully my way I could do my own version of it. I have my own dojo type shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Some way just to help, right?
Shit, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I don't have the answers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just trying to do what I can. You feel me? And I try to like not contribute negativity happens out here, bro. It's crazy. Like people are so like disconnected. Yeah, like literally right now, like 2 blocks away from here, walking over here. It's just like, you feel me? I'm just eating my food and shit, and I hear like glass crash or some shit, and I instinctively like look what it is. Some dude's in the middle of the street is like bleeding out, and then everybody just kind of like looking and shit, like what to do. I'm like, hey, bro, like first, you know, like. CV's up, CV's breathing. It's like I ran up to him. I was the first one up to him. I put him on the side, kind of like got him out into the sidewalk. Somebody called the cops. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like helped him out a little bit, but like people be so disconnected. You feel me? Like it's, you know, to some shit like that. Like it can't happen to them type shit.
Yeah.
You know, and can't like get mad at them for that, you know what I'm saying? It's not really their fault. It's just like look around you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the environment doesn't encourage people to have these conversations and like, you know, be more interconnected. Because you're right on that individualism shit.
Yeah.
Like ego is a powerful, like ego is it's a good servant but a poor master. You know, you gotta have a little individualism to, you know, do your thing, defend yourself, you feel me? But like, we tribe animal, bro. Like, and the only thing I know to do is just try to be kind and pass that shit on, and then like, you know, once it's not working, just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And like on that note, I gotta keep it moving.
All right, it's a pleasure talking to you, brother. We're out here every Saturday, bro. You know, you got a flyer? At least take a flyer, all right?
Like, I'll see ya. You know.
Okay, no, all praises, man. We're out here every Saturday, brother. All right. Any questions? All right. All right now.